Hey, how you doing? Is it Tenuke?
Hey,
Hey, how you doing?
are you hearing me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Welcome to Heavy Brand Podcast.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So how many guests are we expecting?
I'm not hearing you.
So how many guests are we expecting? I'm gonna send you a message on the chat box.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's fine.
So tell us about your background. First, introduce yourself, Tanuke.
Sure.
Tanuke, tell us about.
Oh boy, are you? I don't know what's. Oh my God, Jesus.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you now.
Oh, okay, I said, tell us about your background.
Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Tenuke, Tenuke Doily. I'm from the community of Trenchtown. And for all those who don't know Trenchtown, that's where the legendary Bob is from.
Oh, really?
So you know. And yeah, I am a fourth year media student at the University of Technology. So the initiative is a part of my fourth year final project, media project. So I decided to do something meaningful. I mean, I want to change the world, right?
Yep.
One way or the other. I want to impact the world, and I just thought that whatever it is I decided to do had to be impactful, even if it's in a small way. And so that's a little bit about me. I love singing. I sing. I enjoy cooking. Side note. I have two girls. I have two daughters, and I I was a teenage mom.
Okay.
And so steadily, as a friend of mine said, steadily, one foot, you know, in front of the other, I'm overcoming and I am doing the do.
Mhm. Okay. So now, what, like, when did this Leave No Girl Behind organization start?
Okay, so it started like about, let's say, it was conceptualized last year. So I conceived that last year about, say, September, October, one about then. And then I gave birth to it in, say, February, March. Now, one of the things that should have happened was that we were trying to organize a girls' conference with an entity here called the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. And we were supposed to have a girls' conference that would have, you know, had like girls, teenage mothers from all around the island in one space, just doing the most.
Oh, wow.
And because of COVID, that didn't happen. You know, that didn't happen. So, you know, yeah, I I I had to do something else, and so I decided to put everything online, and so, you know, it was all about getting. So no, it was just trying to find a way how to get people involved in a virtual sense, so that you know, people could know what's going on, and they could lend their voice to it and help how they could. Because in terms of something physical, I know that, or tangible, I know that would not have happened because of what we're experiencing with this pandemic of the coronavirus. And so, yeah, so it's funny how people, you know, you'll have something in your heart burning to do, and you don't even believe it. And it's funny how people believe in it for you. And that's how I know, and I'm convinced now more than ever, that it is so important to have people in your life.
Facts.
So important. And that's what I want to be in a teenage mom's life. Okay. I want to be that voice of reasoning. I want to be that voice of inspiration. I want to be that little whisper that says, hey, do it. You can't to do it than fail. And then by extension, that's how you are able to impact the world, because you're not just impacting a mother, a teenage mother. You're not just impacting a girl, but you're impacting a big part of the future generation.
That's true.
Because they're the ones that are having the children that will grow up and lead, or grow up and not lead. You know what I mean? And so it's important to do what we're doing now, and do it today, and do good today. Because the future depends on it.
Yes. So now, Tenuke, growing up in Jamaica, what were some of your biggest challenges as a young girl at that time?
Can you repeat that for me?
What were some of your biggest challenges growing up as a young girl in Jamaica?
Okay, so one of the biggest challenges growing up is that I was mad poor in terms of provisions, in terms of what I was able to get that looked like a necessity. And it's now comparing my life now and realizing that the best thing my mom could allow me to get to read and write. And for me, now looking back at it, I said, no, I wasn't poor. everything is secondary, because I can't imagine not being able to read and write in a world like this. I can't imagine what my life would be. So growing up, my mother has been the wind beneath my wings. Now, my mother has been a helper from from the age of 15 years old. So I barely went to high school. And so I know what hunger felt like. I used to live on the street. I'm going to show you an article. So this is a big part of my story, right? And so I know what it meant, or what it felt like, the uncertainty of where I'm going to sleep. Mm-hmm. I've seen people die like ants. I grew up in Trenchtown, and I mean, basic necessities like just a bathroom, I didn't have access to. You know what I mean? And so, but we made my mother and grew me, which was the entire community, because the entire community is my aunt and uncle. And so these are the people that rallied around with so we made do with what we had. Mm-hmm. But there was always something that made me want something more. I remember when I was about 7 or 8 and I saw a plane, and I was like, whoa, I want to go on a plane. But I never believed I could. I couldn't understand how. And I've lived to refuse going on planes. Like, I'm like, oh, I'm tired of traveling. It's unbelievable. Life is a cycle, yeah, man. And, you know, but I'm here to tell the tales. So in the grand scheme of things, I would say has kind of, well, not kind of, but that has really made me into the person I am today. And I'm still working through some things right now, you know. I suffer from anxiety and depression, and I've had all of that. I've tried killing myself. I have had to take medication for my moods. You know, I've taken medication just to sleep. You know, I have been there and done that. But as I've always said, that my life is not for me alone. It's for everybody that I'll come in contact with, which includes you and all the youth in Michigan. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, what do you do for self-care?
So 5 years.
What do you do for self-care? Like, how do
self-care?
Mm-hmm.
That's a very tricky question, because I've often been accused of not taking care of self, but taking care of everybody else. A part of my self-care is not focusing on me, because it gets me kind of depressed. So I do a lot. For others, and, you know, just get consumed with so many other things to not focus on me. But I tend to, in my quiet moments, I'll just take away myself just to meditate and kind of regroup and come again. So I have a time I'm just really quiet and in my own space and in my own zone where I don't even speak. And I am able to turn my mind off. And I get at that place anytime, regardless of what's happening. So when it's needed, it happens, you know. So And that's one way. I love singing and I love cooking. So that's a part of how I take care of me. I don't take care of me enough in terms of focusing on me per se, but the joy I get, sharing it with somebody else, helping somebody else, I feel like is suffices.
Mhm, mhm. Can you share a song with us, or any poems or songs with us?
So yeah. So I wrote a song for a long time ago, which was just a part of my story. And then here came the initiative, Leave No Girl Behind, and then it was like so fitting,
Mhm.
So it's called Ghetto Blues. Ghetto Blues. Okay, so I'm gonna sing a little a cappella for you.
Mhm.
So when I dead, not that shit way. At that old time people used to say, life ain't over. There's a reason for every season. When dead, not that shit way. At that old time people used to say, life ain't over. There's a reason for every season. Had my dreams and ambition to be the best was my mission. To graduate top above the rest. Make mom proud, but I caused her stress. Here I am, feeling pain. Realize I got a baby on the way. What will I do? Then a voice said, when I dead, not that shit where. And that old time people used to say, life ain't over. There's a reason for every season. Old time people used to say, life ain't over. There's a reason for every season. Through hard work and determination, I rose above pain and degradation. If they could, then they would treat me like I'm no good. But who Jah bless, no man curse. See it the normal past the worst. Now I'm a better person, better than I was before. When I dead, not that shit where. And that old time people used to say, life ain't over. There's a reason for every season. When I dead, not that shit where. And that old time people used to say, life ain't over. There's a reason for every season. Don't underestimate the power of yourself. What your mind can conceive, you can achieve, yeah. Today for me, tomorrow for you, that's how it goes. You better know. You better know, yeah. When I did not dash it. And that old time people used to say, hey, life ain't over. There's a reason for every season.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now I feel the emotion. I feel the emotion
Yeah,
in the song. I feel the
of
emotion.
course.
Now, Tenuke, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now. Okay, so I have this like ginormous idea of where my life would be. So I'm a Christian girl.
Mhm.
Like, and now I'm understanding and realizing that my life doesn't make sense without Christ in it. So let me say that. And so what I have, what I found that brings me peace, true peace and joy, I want to share with others. And so in 5 years' time, I want to be in ministry. I want to be singing. I want to be writing books. And I want to be talking to young people. There is something so special about young people. And I believe that the Lord has blessed me enough I believe that he has done enough. And so it is very important for me to pour into someone else. And so I want to be doing motivational talks, and I want to have a restaurant. I love to cook, and I just want to do it. I want to do all of that before my eye closes. Yep.
It's good. You know, it's good that you have that 5 year plan. Now, could you share with us, you know, some of the challenges that Jamaican youth are facing right now? What are some of the challenges for the youth?
Oh my goodness. And I have to revert to, and I always have to speak about Trenchtown. One of the biggest things I think is happening within our youth is that the value of education is devalued. And so they are cultured in a way that, because of where they're from, so they're cultured in a way not understanding how important it is to have an education. And so that's one of the things that's kind of making them make decisions that don't really make sense. But then I can understand, because if you have never been exposed to something else, then you can't make no decision, because it's what you know. And so the second thing is they're not exposed enough. Mm-hmm. They're not exposed enough. And not enough people believe in them. So a lot of people only talk, and they always work them away from the bad things, and then maybe they'll talk about the little positive things that is there within young people. And so at the moment you come from a certain place, you're degraded. So they may not say it to you verbally, but the way how they behave, it's very few. It's a handful of people that will do what they can because they see something. Mm-hmm. They see something in that youth. They see something in that young man or that young lady. So not enough people are doing what they can. And I think the world, and it's a worldwide problem, I think. It is. I think it's a worldwide problem. Enough people are not giving it back. Mm-hmm. A lot of people seem to forget where they're coming from. They seem to forget, and some of them cannot afford to forget. And so they have arrived, and they're not paying it forward. And that is a problem. So the lack of opportunity, the lack of inspiration, the lack of belief, life. So when you grow up in a home where your mother have 15 of you and she sleep with man to take care of you, then you think that's the norm. And then you go to school. So what will happen? That cycle is going to continue.
Yeah. Now,
and that's a problem. Mm-hmm. Because we have a that can do better.
Yeah. What organizations in Jamaica do you partner with or want to partner with?
Tell me again.
What organizations in Jamaica do you want to partner with or have you already partnered with?
Okay, so behind the Women's Center of Jamaica Foundation. Okay. So and I want to do I want to also partner with on that, and just individuals who can make an impact. Who can make an impact? Leave no girl behind. All girls move forward does not stop in Jamaica. And it doesn't stop in the Caribbean. It transcends across borders. Mm-hmm. And so it's a whole movement it's a whole lifestyle wherein if you can help one person, then you're contributing to making the world a better place.
Facts.
Yeah, so people who can really make a difference and who are willing to.
We have some questions for you on the bottom. Look at the last question on the bottom.
Okay, so if persons want to donate to the cause, which let me just put it out there. So a lot of these girls, especially now during the COVID time, they're not able to go to the physical center of the women's center, right? It's a government arm and the government can do everything. So you have a lot of girls right now who are in dire need of just basic things, right? Because it's kind of difficult to even reach some of them. So they're always in need of food and toiletries and stuff. So if it is that you'd like to make a love donation, I have a cash app that you could do that through, or you could, if you want to send kind, like stuff, I can give an address, if you contact me, and then we can take it from there. That's the kind of work out the dynamics and stuff like that. But I want persons to also offer to do mentorship for these girls. You know what I mean? Like just somebody that they can really grasp something from, that they can look up to, and that can help to navigate this new life and just to kind of be their best selves. So they're and some cash and some kind.
Okay. What is your cash app for those that want to donate?
Okay, so it's $, capital T, ENUKE.
Okay. Alrighty.
On Cash App. And my number, my contact number is 876-990-7105. And my email address is first name, TENUKE, middle initial A, and last name Doyley, DOYLEY, at gmail.com. So Tenuke A Doyley at gmail.com.
Okay. Alrighty.
Have you ever been to Jamaica?
Never been to Jamaica. The only time I traveled outside of, so I was born in Ghana. And when I was 5 years old, I came to United States. And the only time I left the United States was from being in the military. So after the military, I've been in the United States pretty much my whole life. Yep. But I want to visit one day to Jamaica, though.
You should let me know when you're coming.
Oh, definitely. So,
and when COVID is done, I need to take a trip to Michigan. Never been there.
Oh, really? There's a lot of Jamaicans in Detroit.
Oh, yeah?
A lot of Jamaicans, yeah.
Even better. Yep.
So, Tenuke, I hope to have you on the podcast again. Invite some friends, invite some people from your organization, and we'll all get together and meet again.
Yes, I'd love that. And let's not be strangers.
Yep,
Thank you so much. I went through the previous podcast, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you.
And thank you. Thank you for playing your part in advance the world.
Thank you, Tenuke. All right, I'll see you. See you soon.